Good morning, good morning. It's Friday. It's been a long, short week, y'all. Isn't that how it always is? And I'm not even working anymore. It still feels like it's a long week, even though it was a short week where there was a holiday. And I mean, I did the things. I got these on today just because I felt like it. Felt good. All right, let me get this shared on my business page. Becky Piper, Life is a Journey. Good morning, good morning. Say hello when you're hopping on. I also share these later in the day, try to later in the day, over on my YouTube page, also called Becky Piper Life is a Journey. And the reason for that is because Facebook deletes my videos after about 30 days, and I didn't want that to happen anymore. So there we go. That's what happens. All right, I think I've got this shared. We'll see. We'll see. Good morning, good morning. Say hello when you're hopping on. Going to do a look to get us out the door today. We're going to go look at a vehicle. We sold a vehicle, and we're down to one like old truck and our regular vehicle, and we want one that's just going to like another one that's just kick around kind of thing. All right, let's do collagen. Yeah, we get a haircut next week. Super excited. And also we get our hair colored. Yep. All right, so we're going to do live today. Talk about makeup, the things like that, but also to talk about the Weight Watcher topic of the week is getting to the why of why do you want to be healthy in this healthy journey. I'm actually going to put some, why do I put on primer underneath my makeup? Because it keeps it in place. It helps fill in some of those fine lines and wrinkles that we get as we get older, as well as the pores. The pores start to pop up as we get older. Never really had trouble with them until, hit 55, 60, closer to 60 actually. I'm 62 now, so there's that. Okay. So the topic is the why of why you want to be in this healthy journey. And Coach Michael is talking about it like being, let's ask ourselves some toddler questions. And he points at like, if you've ever been around a toddler or been around a toddler recently, when they start to ask questions, it's why? And they keep asking why until you're finally like, because I said so. It's at that point where you get to the bottom of the why. So like, as I started my weight loss transformation, it was my why. And here's another thing I wanted to bring in. This is giggly, by the way. Keep my eyes closed, bring it up closer to the brow, and then angle it down. Okay, so the why was because I needed to lose weight because I wasn't able to walk a block. I was pretty young at that time. I was, 15 years ago. So I don't remember how old that age is, but 15 years ago, I was coughing and I couldn't get my breath, and I just needed to be healthier for my family, for myself, all the things. So, that was the why. Well, now that I'm here, what's the why? You have to evaluate your whys along the way, and when you reach your ultimate goal. So what is that ultimate goal? Like a lot of people will think when they set that goal, like that weight loss goal, and when I reach whatever weight, everything's going to be just magical and I'm going to be super happy. But then you get there, and is it really? Are you really the happy? Did you find the happy? I mean, sure, you momentarily, like you've accomplished your goal and you feel super happy about that, but then what? I'm listening to a podcast that a fellow Dish with D person suggested, and I didn't realize it was as long as it is, but it's over an hour. So it's a person that is a PhD talking about content versus happy. And happiness is, she puts it, happiness is fleeting. Whatever you think is going to make you happy is fleeting. And I think that is so true with a weight loss journey. Because when you get there, when you reach your goal and you made it and you're standing up in front of the class and you get your little charm, you're happy. But then life moves on, and you begin the journey of like, what's maintenance like? And how do you continue to be happy? Well, happy has to evolve, and that ties into your why. All right, I'm going to use one of my stick shadows as my outer accent. And you have to kind of work quickly with these because when they set, they're there. And I use them a lot for like a, and I will use it today as my liner. But I also want to use it as like a deepening of the color on the outside. Because Giggly is in itself is pretty matte and pretty muted. You can see it's a nice pink. But it doesn't really, like if you build it up, it just stays pretty pink. So if you want a little bit of an accent to kind of like lift up on the outer edge, which is, you know, my goal, lift is always good, then you want a little bit deeper color. Now you can use a powder shadow in combination with the liquid shadow, or you can use another liquid shadow, a deeper color. Like Businesslike is a little bit deeper in mauve, and you can use that. But I'm just being kind of lazy today and using this. So happiness versus, she talks about happiness versus being content. We should all be striving, and she feels like we should all be striving to be content. Not saying we shouldn't have, you know, continual goals, future goals, but being content with where we are right now and being happy. It's going to give us more peace in our journeys and our lives if we find contentment. And I'm kind of finding this in my business too. If you've noticed recently, like my posts have kind of shifted a little bit. And I'm not doing a lot of like, here's the product and, you know, you should go buy this and all that kind of stuff. And there's a reason for that. One, I was taking this class to help evaluate how I felt about my posting and my business and all that kind of stuff. And how I feel about the industry in general. All right, let me see if I like that. I like that. I maybe a little bit more in this one. I'll come back and do more of a liner though. But I just wanted to lift a little bit more. But the company I'm with, and I love these products, and I will continue to share these products like in lives, and I'll share promotions. I'm probably going to lean more towards sharing the promotions. I have a VIP group. I'll share them in there, but in my stories. So watch for the promotions there. But I've just found, and this is not necessarily super recent, that as I watch other people in the industry, like push products, I like get this uneasy feeling about just being sold to, and it makes sense to me. It's like, I don't want to sell, I want to sell, but I don't want to sell to, like, so that I'm always in your face with sale. I want to help people. That's really kind of the why. And this topic with Weight Watchers is kind of helping me in my other mind too. Like why do I want to do what I do with this business? And it's because I like to help people. I like to help people find the things that help boost their confidence and make them feel better about how they are proceeding in life and enjoying and being content. And it's not about like, I'm going to be in your face with sales. I'm just not going to be. And if I reach out to you in Messenger, it's not primarily just for sales. Like if I've done that in the past, it didn't feel right to me. Let's just be real. It just felt salesy, and I didn't want to get into this business to be sales. Like when I first joined, I wanted the products because I liked them and I wanted to get a discount. And then for a while, and I will say it's like I've been in it 7 years now, there's been a lot of sales type posting that felt truthfully kind of icky to me. And it makes me feel icky when I see others doing that consistently. Like there's some top leaders that I watch. That's what they do, is like everything is about that. But there's probably, and I don't know because I'm not like personally friends with these people. Maybe they have like a personal page or whatever that is more personal and inspirational than the the public facing that I'm seeing. I'm just saying that I'm probably going to make a shift, and I have been, with my posts to be more inspirational, transformative, and helpful going forward. So look for that. It's kind of started to evolve a little bit, and I feel better about the things that I'm posting. So that's, that's that. It's kind of like helping me delve into the why of my weight loss. Initially, yep, I wanted to lose 100 pounds. That's what it was. I did that. So now what? So now the why has to become something different. The why is, for me, one is maintaining my weight. I need my, Kabuki brush. I'm going to use cream foundation, and you're going to watch it magically transform like all of this unevenness that I have as a 62-year-old into something that looks a little bit smoother. So there's that. So my why is evolving. Good morning. And the posting that I will be doing going forward is going to look different than what it has been over the past 7 years. It's going to be more informative. It's going to be more uplifting. And yes, I'll do the lives and I'll show the makeup, and that's fine. And I will have the promotions in my stories. But I don't want my page to be looking like spam, spam, spam. Just buy this, buy this, buy this. And I apologize for having done that for years. It just didn't feel right. It didn't sit with me. And this class that I took helped me realize that that's my why, is really about helping people find their confidence in the things that they are using so they can be their best self. Okay, see, this is kind of like, I'm using very little product. I'm using a kabuki, and it kind of is like magically taken care of it. Now, it is a little bit, the cream foundation, perfect for mature skin, because I gotta be real, like even with collagen and everything else that I'm doing, and I drink a ton of water, my skin is starting to feel a little bit more dry as I'm aging even more. So I'm looking for ways to keep the hydration in my face and my products. And so this is one way that it can be done. And I feel like there's a hair on my face. So I'm gonna have to look for that before I move on. Yeah, oh boy. My old eyes could not see that without a mirror that is 10x. All right, so we got that like tapped out, and that's the best thing I can describe to as well. Let's use a little setting. This is when you put on your foundation, tap it in place instead of swipe it. So yep, I'm going to continue to do these lives. I'm going to talk about products during my lives, especially if there's a new promotion. And I even went to convention. I went to St. Louis. You all saw me there, and like the hype. And really their hype, and it's like any other sales business, is let's show the promotions, let's show the products. Like, so this is how I show the products. I go live, I show the products. I will show you the promotions and the stories, and look for my page to be a little more uplifting. Give me some comments about how you feel about that. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of setting powder foundation just to pop on top of this to kind of tone down the hydrated look. And for me, that hydrated look is that I don't like a dewy look. I'm just not a big fan of it. I want it to look more polished and just kind of like even toned. And that's what, if you use the powder foundation, it is also not drying. It's got hydration in it. So even though we are aging and we need a little bit more hydration, we don't have to avoid powder things. Just look for the ones that have the hydrating qualities in them. All right, I am dripping there. Okay, so let's get a little bit of our bronzer going. And speaking of cream products and things that are perfect for mature ages, these cream sticks are the most amazing things that they have ever developed. I use them every single day. I do my makeup every single day, not gonna lie. I just feel more confident, and I feel more myself when I have makeup on. And so that's just the way it goes for me. Now I take it off pretty early in the day. Like if you come and visit me after, literally like after 5:30 at night, my makeup's off. I wash my face and it sets, and I moisturize it so that it feels better And that's just the way it is. So there is a part of the day, if you come visit me, I don't have makeup on. But starting first thing in the morning, we're going to put that on. I'm going to use Frosted Grape. And I'm putting it right on today. I want a little extra color. It's kind of, I don't know, earlier it was kind of rainy looking out there. And I can see a bunch of blue sky now, so cool. Yeah, it's supposed to be super hot and sticky for the next couple of days, and then it's going to drop back down again. I love a little bit of cooler weather and not cold. That's why we moved here. I like it to be a little bit on the cooler side after a certain point. Like most of the summer, it's like, okay, I want it to be warm. But, you know, once it gets to a certain point, yeah. So we're going to set underneath the eyes a little bit of brightener / color corrector is underneath my eyes right now. And I'm going to set it with some powder. I'm just going in there. I'm using a fluffier brush. And notice I didn't do it right away. I didn't go set this, you know, underneath color corrector / concealer underneath right away. I let it set because what happens with most products is they try to set into your fine lines and wrinkles. And I'm going to look at myself up close and personal again to make sure that it is blended out. Not saying you can't come back later in the day with your fluffy brush and just kind of tap it out again. If it starts to settle a little bit, you can do that. All right, let's use this as an eyeliner, and I like to do that after I do the setting underneath the eye. And I give it a little bit of a wing on the outside edge. Good morning, good morning. Say hey when you're hopping on. I'd really love some feedback on what you feel about my new approach as far as posts on my page are concerned. Uplifting, motivational, true story, who I am, talks about my struggles and things like that too. Let me know what you think about that. Okay, so we're gonna get the face set with a powder brush. I'm just gonna grab a fluffy powder brush. This also helps tone down that dewiness, but it also, more importantly, sets the makeup to keep it in place and look more polished. All right, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna come back with a little bit more blush because I like a little extra color. What did I do with my blush? That's not it. Let's be this one. And just to give it a little extra punch of color. I'm gonna do my brows and my lips. Now the brows are a new product that I am really, really loving, because it can make my brows look like they're there. Now, did I get my spoolie brush out? It's in here somewhere. I wanted to use my spoolie to brush my brows up. And I don't know what I did with it. So we're just gonna use this one. My spoolie brush has gone MIA. So what this is doing is just brushing it up so that it's got like a little bit more of a line underneath. And this is the trend right now, to have your brows kind of like uplift anyway. So this works. This gel keeps these wiry things in place. And more importantly right now, before I get my hair colored next week, are gonna help cover up some of these grays. And it's super easy to use. All you're doing is applying the product, there's like a little brushy on there, and brush those hairs up. Follow the natural line. And you can use the other side to use, it's kind of like a liner to give it a little more definition. Pull it out into that tail. All right, let's get this going. I gotta flip that around a little bit more. And we'll do the other side. See the difference it makes? It just kind of makes it look more pulled together. And it looks like I have brows, but most importantly right now, it's covering up those grays. The gel is my new product of the month, as well as my lip balm. I'll use that in a minute too. I'm going to use it in combination with my lip stain today. You can use it on its own. It's very hydrating on your lips. It doesn't feel greasy at all. It's more of a glossy-ish balm that's going to help your lips be a little bit healthier. well, looking pretty. There's a little bit of a tint to them. So I'm going to use it in combination with my, there we go. I think I got that one going good. Maybe a little bit more. Right in the very tippy. No, I'm using the color medium. Last night, which I don't usually put it on at night. It was after I got home for a while after a walk and I had sweat and wiped it off. I tried the dark color. I think it was a little bit dark. All right, this is a lip stain in the color, I forgot what color it is. Ooh, Friendly. That's not the one I was hoping for. It's a little darker than I wanted to go. I'm gonna grab a different color. The one I want to use is called Deliberate. Where are you? That one's too dark. I want a lighter one. What did I do with it? I may just have to go with it because it's not where it normally is. Alright, well, we're just gonna go super light on it, which is the lighter of the two. This one, I think. We'll see. We'll wipe most of that off anyway. The one I wanted was a lighter mauve. And we do have to finish up with lashes. I'm very lightly applying it because I don't want a super punchy color. And that's how lip stains work. You kind of build them up. You start super light application and then you build it up. And I didn't lip line this morning. And the reason for that is the stains don't tend to bleed like a typical lipstick do. Okay, yeah, I do have a little thing going on there. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna punch it up with a little bit of Sunday Brunch, and I'm gonna do that after I do my lashes. The reason is when you put a stain on, you wanna let it set for a little bit. So I'm gonna use my Quadra. Ooh, this is a indication that it's almost time to open a new one when it starts to pull up there. All right, let's try that again. That's better. All right. So there's two sides. I'm going to use the fluffier side first because I like to go into that lash line. Because of the built-in lash growth serum, I want to get it right down there close to that lash line so that the serum can do the work that it is supposed to do. And then I flip it over to the other side and give it some more volume. Because there's also a primer built in, so you're going to have immediate volume. And then as time goes on, the more you use it, your lashes are going to start to fill in and be healthier and grow. All right, let's flip it on to the other side to give it some volume. Anyway, if you're just hopping on, I encourage you to go back and listen to the first part of my video this morning where I talk about kind of the shift in my business as far as what you see on a day-to-day basis, how I want it to be more motivating and uplifting and true to me and who I am and the struggles I go through, because we all have struggles. And I want you to be able to see those things, but not be spammy, sold, whatever. But I'm still in my lives. We'll show you the makeup products and the things like that. And talk about the recommendations that I have as far as like helping me stay on my journey for weight loss and continue to maintain the 110 pounds that I've lost. Or how I'm struggling. Like yesterday, I opened up a jar of pistachio butter. Y'all, if you've not tried pistachio butter, it's amazing. Now, what I will say is, like, typically, peanut butter has been one of my nemesises. Like, is that a word, nemesis? In that, like, if I open a jar of peanut butter with a spoon, I'm going to sit there and eat it until I'm just done. Like, and it takes a bit. But I will say it takes a less of this pistachio butter. And basically what is pistachio butter? It is ground pistachios, kind of like peanuts. Peanut butter is ground peanuts. And my daughter, a dietitian, when I said I was going to pick some up, because I had asked her if she had tried it. I do love pistachios, by the way. She found that the Walmart brand one, Better Something, is a better option because it has less junk in it. So that's the version I bought, and my husband likes it too, so there's that. All right, let's put a little bit of Sunday Brunch on top. This is the new lip balm, so you squeeze a little bit out there. And it's going to give it a little extra punch of color. Like I said, you can wear it alone, or wear it in combination with another lipstick, which is what I did today with the lip balm. Let me just give you a preview. This is what it looks like by itself. Now it's kind of, when you wear it by itself, it's going to be much more muted. All right, so let's get the setting spray done. We'll get things cleaned up. And that's the look for today. Featuring the new brow gel, keeping those gray hairs at bay, keeping them kind of like in a shape, you know, wiry as they go. And then the new lip balms. Next month, we're releasing our new Liquid Shadow array of colors, and so look for that. It's a new product, so and also amazing because I got them also at convention. So, all right, have a fantastic day, and let me know if you have any questions. Drop October in the comments if you want any info on the products that you see here. In the description or the comments of the video, I will list the things that I used today and give you a link if you want to go shop too. All right, talk to you guys soon. Take care and have a fantastic weekend. Bye, y'all.